Dgenz Crypto Weekly with Frens, episode 56 is coming right up.
Everyone smile. Terry's got the magic touch, showing shit coins that are much to be desired and loved, like teddy bears and hugs. We collect them all, no dumping. Anyone tell me when they're pumping? Do what you want. Oh yeah. Do what you want. Oh yeah. Whatever you do, it's on you. Oh yeah. Whatever you do, it's on you. Dreaming of crypto weekly. Needing those gains so quickly. Oh yeah. Let's break through the chains and justice get the reins.
Welcome everyone to another edition of Dgenz Crypto Weekly with Frens, episode 56. How's everyone doing? How's your Thursday been? This is number 2 stream of today. We welcome everybody to join us. How you doing, Terry? How you been?
I'm doing all right, not to complain. Getting a little bit of sunshine here. We've had a little bit of rain for a couple of days. Rain and fog, that sort of morning marine layer thing. But I see
rain and fog.
Ian Stylus is back.
Nice. Well, she's in and out like
Apparently.
A cat, you know? Like a cat. When the cat wants to go inside, it goes inside for 5 seconds and then wants to go back out. Trust me. I have 4 of them. They all do the same thing. So maybe we should call Ian Stylus a cat from now on. How you doing, Stylus?
I was thinking cat on a hot tin roof kind of thing. But
Terry, I was thinking exactly the same. What a mess. I don't know what's going on. My connection is on and off. But good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to hear you.
Well, we were talking about you briefly because we do really think you're a cat in some possible way. You got like 9 lives or something. You know, you keep getting rugged and you keep coming back and getting rugged every single time. So it's like, you know, how do you do it? How the hell do you do it?
Yeah, I don't know, Charles. I don't know. It's been interesting year for me. Training my perception of life, you know. Maybe I'm a cat. I start to suspect. You know, there is this movement, the whole movement in Russia, which is kind of like extremist, I think, but it's basically kids who dress up like cats. It's called quadrobbers.
Okay. So wait a minute.
I
So
have a
people
little,
dress up in cats and do what now?
yeah, so I have a little cat expert right there. So you see, she has opinion on that matter. So basically, they dress up like cats, and it's like the whole movement. They live like cats. I'm not too informed, but I think that maybe I should get more informed and kind of get into the movement. Because it seems like it's appropriate for me, for my lifestyle.
Listen, we will send you to a asylum and make sure that you're locked up away for a long time if you do that. Because I don't know if your mental state would be appropriate for us to like work together anymore. If you're dressing up as a cat and walking around like a cat and using a litter, I don't know. That's just my take.
Well, next Dgenz meeting, let's check out how I will appear. Will I have ears?
Right.
Although I can sign it off that it's Halloween time, So, what are you dressing up in? Oh, by the way, did you decorate your house already? Because you have this.
Of course.
Yearly.
Of course.
Really?
Of course.
When is
my
the
kids will let as soon as like October 1st hits, they're already asking me, like, Daddy, when are we taking out our stuff? When are we gonna dress up the house? So I have to like find a good sunny day. So we did that a week ago, and our house is fully ready to go. The only thing we haven't done yet is turn on the strobe lights, the mood lights, and the fog machine. So yeah, we have all of that actually, including the fog machine. Yes, we have a fog machine that creates like a mist in front of our house, so it's creepy and scary and stuff.
Oh my God. I was just wondering how people pass through the like backyards and yards with all of these decorations. You're not creeped out? Like, I'm so creeped out.
No, they go through the front door. Like, no, they just go through the front door. Like they have a way to get in and out. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as people think. Actually, the last few Halloweens, it was kind of rainy. So we're kind of hoping that it doesn't rain this time, because it puts a damper on everything. I'm just responding.
Well,
anyway, let's get everybody. Hold on. Let's get everybody a first overview of what this is all about. If you're new to the stream, welcome to These Are Crypto Weekly with Frens. We're in episode 56. That means we've been doing this for over a year. We had lots of content prior to this, including interviews with many projects and founders and things like that. If you're new and you want to follow us on Twitter, this is your opportunity to do that now. Just click on this link, go to our Discord, join our community. We're an amazing community, I think. I keep saying this every single day and every single week, but I really do. And of course, if you want to interact with the stream, just simply do it like everyone else is already doing, and go to the broadcast stream page, and on the right hand corner there is a chat option. Just say GM or Wagbo, like a lot of our friends out of OK Bears are saying, just like that. And we'll interact, we'll talk about fun things, we'll talk about crypto, we'll talk about cats, we'll talk about my new favorite TV show, which I'll talk about in a second. But the last thing I want to say is, before we get into everything, is if you are actually in our Discord and you're taking our calls, this QR code will provide you 10% off on all our trades with Blowfin. So Blowfin is right here. Okay. And on Blowfin, you can pretty much trade anything. You can trade some meme coins. You can trade, holy crap, DIA is up 61%. Okay, there you go, right? So if you were trading DIA the other day, you would have been up like crazy. Even a 10x would have been 500%. You can short Moonday, for example. See that?
Sorry, I want to clarify with Blowfin. It's futures get 10% off on all the trades, not spot.
That's right, perpetuals. Yep, perpetuals only. Yep. And so, you can trade anything here and get cash back, essentially. All right, now that's out of the way. Let's talk my new favorite TV show. All right. I don't know what are you watching in Stylus, but I have a dirty secret, and Netflix makes me want to watch this, and I watch it, and it's like it's a dirty little secret, and
Oh
that is
God.
I'm watching Love Is Blind, the
Oh
American
God,
version, Love
you
Is
still
Blind,
watch it?
Brazil version, Love Is Blind, UK version, Love Is Blind, even Habibi, which I just started watching, and I'm fascinated by how everything is transpiring, and it's a great show. It's a great show to see if everything is gonna last, and a lot of times when you watch a show, for the people that don't know, it's basically like a reality show, and they're trying to pick couples that are desperately trying to get married into these cubicles, and they can only talk to each other through a wall, and they can't see each other. They can only hear each other, and they can talk about a whole bunch of things. And the interesting part is, what happens after the cubicles. What happens after they go into the real world and get their phones back and talk to the family members and influences through whatever, right? Work, where they're living, so on and so forth. And so it's interesting to see, if anybody stays together after the pods, right? And that's the fun part about the show for me, at least. I don't really care if they get married or not, or what happens afterwards. I just want to see what happens in terms of their relationship away from the pods and away from, that bubble, right? So it's just a fun thing to do. I would actually honestly bet on it if I could. If there's a poly market bet on Love Is Blind, actually maybe I should look into that. But yeah, that's my little secret. What is your secret in terms of watching Netflix?
Well, my secret is that I don't watch anything for the past 3 years, Chart. I think that I started to watch Wednesday with my daughter, and I watched half of it. You hear? You hear? I cannot watch anything. I watch Cocomelon. That's my dirty little secret.
Oh my God. Been there, done that, never again. But I don't know anything anymore because my kids are grown up now. But I remember in that phase, it was just all kids shows all the time, kids animated shows and whatever. And so I guess we all go through these little phases, right?
And you cannot really watch anything because they need your attention immediately, right away. You hear it, right? I will get her out of here in 5 minutes, Charles. Give me this little second, okay?
No problem. Level 4 dad reporting in. Nice. Awesome. What does level 4 dad mean? Please let me know. It sounds like a dad of a 4-year-old. Is that true? Maybe. Let me know in the chat. But yeah, that's my little secret. I enjoy it. I watch it sometimes. Me and my wife interact about it. We kind of trying to determine who's going to stay together, who's going to break apart. I like the fact how they cut the episode so you think it's one way and then it's up like completely the other way. It's really interesting to see like after the show ends what happens. I've been burned before where I think this guy is really genuine, and then you watch it afterwards and you see a lot of the bad parts were cut out to make him look good. So there's a lot of interesting things though. Having said all of this, what's Terry watching these days?
Yeah, I don't watch like television stuff like shows and whatever. I watch charts, and that's pretty much it.
I got to diversify. It's like my portfolio. If I don't diversify, I'll just go crazy. I'll just be talking in charts all the time. Like I'll talk to my wife about something, and it's like, yeah, the pivot was there. What pivot? The top, the double top was there. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant, can you get the grapes, please? So I gotta make sure I diversify my my language. Otherwise, I'll be talking in chart technicals all the time.
I'm happy.
Oh, sorry.
I'm happy. No problem. I'm happy being in my own little world. So what was it in Stylus? The thing that inspired me, by the way, to think of in Stylus as a cat is more like her feline grace.
Oh,
you clearly haven't had a meeting with her. Feline grace. I don't know about that. maybe you know, once every 2 months. But yeah, she's a velociraptor, if that makes any sense.
Gosh, oh my God, George. Let it be this nice compliment for a second.
Okay, if I let it air out, okay, so I'll give you some air. All right. So let's get into the markets. I know everyone's like looking forward to hearing at least.
Well,
what's
Chad,
happening with
before
markets.
you will get into markets, do you think that there is some kind of connection between these thoughts that people are talking in and kind of don't really interact, seeing each other, and us sitting here for 1 year or so on, and actually having meetings and barely seeing each other? Do you think when we will meet, would we be friends or not? Would you be
For
friends
people
with
that don't know,
Velociraptor?
we've had many in-face meetings through I guess Google Meet or whatever. So we know what we look
So
like.
they
We know what we
completely
sound
don't
like.
see each other.
Right. So I don't think there's going to be any change or shock. I don't like, you know who I am and what I do and how I do things and whatever. So nothing changes for me. So I don't think that's going to change. No, I don't think so. Only teams that don't see each other and don't know each other's expressions, and you know what I mean? Especially for this period of time. Like we've been doing this now together for almost 2 years. And so I don't think that changes at all.
Okay, that makes me hope that we will get to this Dgenz vacation at some point. So what's up with the market?
I'm telling you, at some point, I wanna do something more than that. I want to have like a huge get together, but we'll talk about it later. Who knows?
Don't
Let's
spill the
talk
beans.
about the markets. What's that?
How's the market? Don't spill the beans. Yeah. How's the market doing?
Yeah. All right, let's get into Bitcoin right away. All right, so one of the things that I was talking to everyone about in the stream is that, you know, we have this daily, indifference or regression because it's sitting at the top of this channel, right? So this poses a resistance, which is fine, right? One of the things that did happen though is we did get this trend line break. So this trend line here, see that broke? You might be able to touch back here and then go again. So which means 65,000 is probably where it's going to go if there's any regression. Okay. Now, if we were to look at the MACD, which I always refer to because it's really, really important, we haven't seen a slowdown in momentum yet. Okay. The momentum slowdown is this basically. Okay. So we haven't seen that yet. As soon as we start seeing a candle that looks like that, we will start to think that it's going to come back down and then up again. All right. So maybe we think that, you know, in the next week, we will start to see finally this breakthrough. Okay. Now, there's a chance that it stops at 72 right here, right? Which is, as you can see, an inverted head and shoulders formation that started way back in March. Okay. So this whole pattern, right, started back in March and eventually it's got a breakthrough. I think it will because the timing is right. If this was like, you know, summer of 2023, then no, I wouldn't think that's going to happen because if we look at 2023, right, in October, well, actually it was pretty positive, but in the summer it wasn't really. So like this is the summer. Okay. And October 23, we got this to November and December. So maybe we get that as well. On the weekly scale, I think we look really, really good still. We're getting that bullish pinch that we talk about all the time, right? And we are gonna see most likely an extension of this candle, right? So we're 3 days and 8 hours away from a weekly close. And I think there's two options really on the table. One, we actually get going and touch that and then come back down, or we do that next week, which means like we hold here, then we extend next week and then come down. Okay, because this pinch is really, really positive, like super bullish. So let's see what happens with that pinch. Does it go up here and then down and up again? And like I talked about it on today's stream, Okay. The important thing is to look at this MACD. Okay. So one of the things I noticed is this is the top from 2021, right? Do we get that top again? Which means like, does this come up to here and then come down? We'll keep an eye on that. Do we get double of that? Do we get like full extension and then down, right? Again, we'll keep an eye on that as well. But we first have to see if this top here is actually a strong resistance. Does it do that? Or does it continue to this level? All right. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll make sure we are on top of it because every day matters. Every week matters. And we'll see if we get to that elusive, 120, 110 area sooner than later. Okay. What does Terry think?
Yeah, I'm a little suspicious. I definitely think we will still get to 100,000 by the end of the year. I just really, really wanted to see price check to that 57, 58 level. I guess maybe if it came up like you said to the neckline there, and then and then a reasonable retrace about that from there, that would probably be healthy. Just right now, I'm just feeling a little suspicious.
Yeah, that's fair.
Suspicious of what, Terry?
Well, again, I wanted to see a little bit deeper retracement. I just felt that would have been healthier, would have set up a move up better, and if the price the action just didn't go as low as I wanted it to. Let's see if I can show.
Yeah, let's see your screen if you can.
It's not liking it. Let's try again.
My God, I love that it's so visual. You can actually see what's going on in your guys' head in front of your eyes.
It's great, and it's so like long time coming, right? Okay, let me get Terry up.
So here's the daily chart, and this was what I was looking at. Was this W pattern, right? And so price did come down and check the 59.5 quick pivot, which is it's been a pretty major pivot, but I really expected it to come back down a little bit lower and check the, like I say, the 57.58 level. And like these two blue lines, I'll show you on the weekly here where these come from. These are actually they're actually from the monthly chart, to be honest with you. So that shows it super, super clearly. Okay, there's the blue lines. So this is clearly a flag pattern, a pendant. So this is like a descending wedge pennant. And if you look at it like that, as opposed to the channel pattern, a descending channel, which it looks more like on the weekly, then we've already broken out. Probably would come back to retest. So maybe this SR band down here. I don't know. I had expected it to hit 69 too before it came back, but it didn't do that either, or hasn't done that yet. So I'm just a little unclear on what's going on, to be honest. But yeah, on the daily, like I said, here's the W pattern. I just wanted it to come a little bit deeper in the W pattern for a healthy move up, and we're not seeing a really strong move up yet. So maybe it has to come back and put in a little bit more work before it heads up.
Yeah, it's weird because it doesn't look like it's pushing strong. It feels like it's low liquidity push yet. There may, like I said earlier, if there's a dump, it probably wants a retest real quickly and then move up strongly. Like people want to get a confirmation of a run, right? So maybe that's what it's doing, just waiting for that move, and then we go from there, right?
Probably, yeah. I'm just waiting for. I guess maybe a lot of people are too. Although I see a lot of people bull posting, I'm waiting for a little bit more decisiveness from the market just yet. So I don't hear anybody else. I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh, sorry. I had myself on mute. All right, let's do this again. Let's look at the Bitcoin market dominance. So what I was going to do is tell you guys the issue with dominance right now is trying to surge, right? It's trying to go up. And we already had that happen prior to last bull run, which was here. Okay, so that means it was struggling to get to here, right? And then got there, rejected. Tried one more time, pumped, and then went down, tried to confirm, and then we were into the bull run. So the thing is, it might do that again, where it's trying to pass this red resistance. Once it does that, it's going to be an immediate pump and then dump. What does that mean for altcoins? Well, it means like they're going to probably bleed because liquidity is moving from altcoins to Bitcoin, right? So in this case, it could be a pump to here and then straight down, okay? Higher low, sorry, lower high, and then we go down, all right? Looking at this, it looks like it's about to pinch one more time and then go down. So, you know, we'll watch that, but I do think that's going to happen, right? It happened before. Most likely happens again. Now, I don't think it's over for altcoins, obviously, because, you know, we want the bull run to be, hold on, let me just do that. We want the bull run to be down here, right? So down here. I think there's a possibility of that actually breaking as well. So something like this, right? As more altcoins go into the market, as more liquidity enters the market, actually, right? Because we need more liquidity for everything to go up again. So more money being put into market, right? And it makes sense because we're growing exponentially over time. So liquidity was lacking here, right? It was very easy for Bitcoin to dominate. And as more liquidity was entering the market, we're getting this. And then, you know, we kind of lost a little bit of liquidity, and then we're going to get more now. So I think we're on the precipice of getting something really big. So if you're in altcoins, just keep adding to as it drops, if it does drop, okay? And we should be able to get a fairly significant bull run out of altcoins, I think. Let's take a look at the market cap of all altcoins, which is a total 3 chart. So we really want this to keep going up, right? And so one of the things we're going to do is we're going to squash this chart and we're going to hide everything. If you knew that this chart is, I don't know, say Bitcoin or ETH or Solana, you would want to buy this up in a nanosecond, right? Because it's essentially doing this long wave. Eventually it's going to break out to the upside, and it's going to be like, you know, multiples upon multiples, right? So knowing this is now a total crypto cap of all altcoins, you can see why I'm excited about altcoins, right? Because when this moves up, it's going to be a strong move up, like a huge exponential move up, right? So I'm thinking like, that's what I'm saying, like maybe 3 trillion to start is the total crypto cap of altcoins. So something all the way up to here and then tops out, comes back down, right? What do you think, Terry?
I agree, and I think that's something that I'm certainly guilty of not taking into consideration all the time when I'm looking at tops for coins, because, you know, like I argue against, you know, like PopCat. How much upside does PopCat have? Well, I guess the total, you know, the total altcoin market cap goes like 5 or 10x, then yeah, probably quite a bit more.
Yeah, and it's also good to invest into mining stocks. I know I touched up on some of the mining stocks today in the stream, and I can take a look at them very quickly for you guys because it's a good way to diversify, right? If you don't want to buy Bitcoin, it's fine, but might as well buy some mining stocks. So, you know, you got your Riot, Mara, Bitfarms, Cypher, CleanSpark, Hut 8, Wolf, and so on, right? If you look at this chart, look at this. Look at the buying volume in the last few weeks. It's only going to get bigger and bigger as people anticipate a bull run, right? And so as they anticipate a bull run, they're going to be trading up, and this is what happens in the bull run, right? September, October, right? Look at this. It mimics exactly 2020. And once we had that breakthrough, it was just like, let's send it, right? I think we're going to get similar action here where it's just about to start. Once we break that 200 EMA, which is the blue checkpoint. So this is basically where we are now. Okay. We're going to get massive action, probably to here first. So like $22. And then another jump to here, around $40 to $42. Can it get much higher? I think so. All depends on what people expect out of the leading mining companies, right? And so I think this one is going to accelerate, probably get to like 120. I really do, because I think these EMAs, these two EMAs, the blue and red lines, are converging. You see how they're getting closer and closer? Which means people are going to anticipate them crossing over. Once they anticipate crossing over, they're going to trade much higher, right? Possibly to 73, possibly to this level up here, right? And so at the end of the day, you want to be able to be early on a lot of these, right? Otherwise, you don't want to be buying it here, because now your multiple is only like 70% or 50%, right? Versus 5x, 6x, whatever it is when we get up there. And that's the Riot. Mara is just like that, right? Look at that. That's on the weekly. Like, I'll be so ecstatic knowing that it's starting again, right? Beautiful higher low here, right? That's the third one in that fractal. And then we go and then get higher. Clean Spark. I think it's same,
I have a
right? Look at
question
that.
about this
Yep.
stocks. Do you think that they will have the same sort of movement as other crypto tokens? Meaning that, do you think that after bull run, or like at some point in the bull run, you will have to sell them all, the mining stocks, or
Yes.
you are the one who will
Yes.
be holding on? Okay.
100%. Absolutely. So we always look at for similarities and patterns, right? So if we notice that the pattern with these stocks is similar to the bull run of crypto, then absolutely, right? So for example, Clean Spark 2020, right? The run up, and then after the bull run was over, well, essentially, as soon as Bitcoin topped, see in February 2021, have you seen a higher high after that? No. Right? Even though crypto was surging here, I think we did a much higher run in September, October, and then it flushed. We never saw anything higher than that. I mean, if you go back to Riot, okay, same kind of thing. Topped out in, what is that, March? And that was it. So it's important to notice these things because it kind of gives you an idea where things are going to go. So most likely what happens with these is they front run everything. They jump to a crazy level, and then everyone's going to think, oh my God, the bull run's still 6 months or 2 months young, is going to have so much more time in the future. And the answer to that is, look at the history. It does not go past that. As soon as it tops out, you sell, right? And if you notice, if you count the waves, you can see that the third wave is here. So this is all a third wave, right? Because this is the first wave. That's the bottom of the second wave. And then you count your sub waves, right? So you got 1, 3, 5. Okay. And once you see 5, that's the top. That's it. Could it extend higher? Absolutely. But once you see the beginning of the 5th wave, you really need to sell. Okay. Really, really need to sell. And so we look at that and say, you know what? When we see this fractal start here and say it goes up to here, and then it does this, and then that's when we sell at that level, at the 5th fractal. So the 1st, 2nd, and then the 3rd bullish fractal. So that would be number 1, number 3, and number 5. Oh, geez, I'm terrible at this, but you get my point. Does that make sense, Silas?
Yeah, it totally makes sense. I kind of want to try something and sell some of the stock that I have and get it and then sell it. So I don't know. Oh my God, when I will run out of money, chart, to experiment with that.
Clearly, you
I guess
found some gold, right? I don't know
I
what's
guess
happening.
with you I can just make money and get drugged, get money and get drugged all my life, right?
Seriously, it's like an
That's
endless amount of money.
that's why I
Hilarious.
don't get upset, it just come and goes, just like a
Like,
old
oh
stuff.
look, Jared, I've been rug again. I mean, like what, third time this week? Seriously.
Well, this year, I'm not that fast.
Oh, right. Sure.
Oh God.
I'm sure
Well,
now, like you're holding back. Like every time you get rug, I'm like, I'm not telling anybody. I'm not telling anyone because they're
yeah.
gonna kill me.
Well, Kat, I have to tell you one thing that from knowing me, you don't know all the times when I get drugged. You know the major times.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, but many
There's a lot of
small times.
untold things.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
lots of it. I cannot tell at all. Yeah, but thank you so much. I think I will try and experiment with this stocks now. Why not, right? Diversification.
Exactly. Because like what if you make all this money before the bull run actually starts? You have like I'm gonna say $30,000. You take some of that money and actually put into tokens. You can actually put into ETH or Solana if it didn't go already. All these other projects we don't really talk about. So there's so many options out there, right? And why not diversify a little bit? And I think putting money into stocks that are, tethered to Bitcoin is amazing. An amazing play. Does Stylus have the stupid question of the week?
No, but I have a little cute announcement that I think that we should
Okay,
make
go for it.
about our
Yeah, go for it.
email newsletter that we want to start, and there are reasons for that. Because we really want to be on different platforms and have different points of connections with our holders and with people who are not actually in any communities. I think that this information about trading, the information about communities, they will benefit a lot of people. And some people are very reluctant to start doing anything like this, but they open their emails and they check them every single day. So maybe a small useful letter every week that will give you the overview of sort of weekly trends and something that we do will be useful for you. I hope that we will definitely make an announcement in our Discord first, but I think that it would be a great addition to different points of connection that we have. And at this point, we have a presence on X, we have presence on Instagram, TikTok. We have, Instagram and TikTok were kind of silent for some time, but they're coming back, I assure you. And then we will have this little letter, and you guys have to really listen to the daily streams that Charles provides, because it's like every single day you get new and new information and you can actually trade. So please be active. If you have a little minute of the day, send some referrals to this newsletter, refer friends to our channels. We really appreciate all your activity. It's so important for us. We work for this and we also want to provide value. And if you have any feedback, if you think that it would be better to change something, it would be better to add something, just give it to us, because we love to do something that is useful for you.
As in Silas said, I threw up the graphic to show you guys where the address is
You
to
threw up.
subscribe. Yeah,
You threw
I
up.
threw it up. Yes, I threw it up, and hopefully it sticks somewhere, right? And it's on the screen. So if you guys ever want to get into that newsletter and you want to get it in your email, subscribe now and wait until we launch it. It's coming up, I think, pretty soon. So if you want to be a part of our content creation even further than that, please subscribe right now. We're taking all the subscriptions right now, and the address to that is on the screen. So dgenz-crypto-weekly.beehive.com/subscribe. Okay.
There is a comment here, Chart. Yeah, and we will definitely provide the link for it in our Discord. And guys, this is free newsletter. We will make sure that it will be useful for you, like a weekly overview. You can send it to friends. It's gonna be really beginners level. And there is a comment from Galahad. Thank you so much. One thing that could be really useful is a beginners trading series. So guess what? In my newsletter, I realized that we are including couple charts, and some people might have trouble reading it. So there was an attachment for the first letter that you will be getting with the short explanation of how to trade. And thank you for this comment, because I think that I can include this kind of tips on trading at every single letter. We can make it easy for you to understand the charts, actually several charts, and we will make it easy for you to be a part of it. This is what we want, basically, to make it easy for everyone to trade.
Exactly, especially people who are trying to do that for themselves. We could do a lot of things, including describing technical indicators. What are useful technical indicators? How to see setups, candlestick formations, all kinds of stuff, right? And so if you're new to trading, or you want to learn a little bit, or you're a little more advanced and you just want to see, what we think about the market in the future, in the next week or whatever, just sign up. It's a free newsletter. You basically get her free every single week. All right. We have probably about 15 minutes left. Let's get into some shitcoins. I know Terry cannot wait. He's like frothing.
Let's do it. Terry's watching.
All right. So I'm going to start with the three I want to touch base. Actually, four. I'm going to do four. That's the two Politify tokens and the GME and DGOD. Because once I see an uptick in transactions like that, I get interested. Okay, even though volume is pretty low, I get interested. Trump, obviously, we're going to look at. Okay, we're going to talk about where a bounce could be. GME, I'm definitely going to look at, because I think there's going to be a massive run pretty soon. Kama, of course, we're going to look at Kama because that's a Politify token that we were talking about. It needs to get out of a funk, and I think it's starting to do that. So let's get into it. Let's start with Trump. So these markings are just from my daily stream. I talk about a lot of the details. So if you want to know all the details that I've already covered, I've mentioned it many, many times. We really don't want to be holding past the election. Okay. So make sure that if you're holding this, you understand there's a timeline, right? We're probably going to get a surge one more time before the election. And when we do that, that's going to be your final out. All right. Do not hold past the election. So when we see things like this, okay, first of all, it doesn't matter who's surging, who's not, in my opinion. All I'm looking for is technical indicators. So when I see this pinching like this, is essentially the same thing as that, but opposite, which means if we have a pinch like this, that means bullish activity is happening. When we have a pinch like this, bearish activity is going to be happening. Okay. So when I say to everyone on Twitter who's freaking out, I said Trump is going to be bearish. That means in the interim. That means within the next few days. So there is a possibility of this dumping and letting this crest down, and then there's going to be an upswing at some point. Okay, so I don't know when that's going to be. Maybe we get a full retracement to that level, to the horizon, and then we swing up. But you have to know that we're at a crossover. Okay, that means most likely we're going to get some kind of regression from Trump. Where it depends on where the fractal is, where the trading channel is. Okay, so what I see here is a quick channel that is represented probably here. Okay, it could be drawn a little bit better, but it doesn't matter. We'll go like this. And then we have the bottom one is probably representing the pivots are right there. Okay. So most likely what happens is stays in the channel, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth wave should break out. Okay. We're using these EMAs, the ones that are there, as a way of identifying supports, because this happened before. So our support ended up being here, ended up being there, actually being twice there. And so I think we're going to use that as the next support. That means we're looking for a bounce at about 29 cents. If there's further regression, we might get to the bottom of this channel, okay? Which at this point could be a higher low at 25 cents. All right. Remember, we have until November 4th, so we still have time, right? We still have time to get to here and then get out to that. I think we said 60 cents. All right. So 60 cents will be somewhere in this section here. Okay. And we'll go from there. Kamala Harris has a meme coin called Kama. And we are finally getting some positive momentum from it, right? Because, you know, I mentioned this in the daily stream, these wavelengths right here were just like first and second levels of the trade. We need to get to the next level at some point, and we're just waiting, right? Because it's going to eventually happen. It'll probably get up to here, and then we tread water here for a little bit. Maybe we get a pump to this level here, like that 1.6, 1.7, 1.8 cent level. There is that world where everything goes crazy and we go to the top of that, which is here. But be happy with that level. If you ever get it, just sell. Again, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to sell because everything's going to be surging, everything's going to look great. But the hardest thing to do is to sell when it's really, really positive. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to have to sell, because what's going to happen is a pump and a dump, just like that. It happens every time. I've seen it happen way too many times. So for you to hold past that is foolish. All right. A couple more before I hand it off to Terry. We'll look at DGOD because the volume of trades is really, really high. Now, I wonder if it's trying to do this bounce that I was telling you guys about. So, you know, it did get out of this formation. So it did one of these, right? The issue with that is now it's trying to find a support spot. Could this last top be it, right? There's a possibility of that. Keep an eye on the volume, right? If its volume's coming in as green, then it might be a good move. If the volume's coming in as red, so if there's a volume increasing like that, then it's going to be a bounce to this level again. Right? So keep an eye on DGOD and go from there. Last one for me is GME. All right. So I just have a feeling because GME, the meme, is tied to the GME stock, which is also a meme, we have to keep an eye on the stock itself. Now, there's a possibility of this breaking down and we get into this section here, which is, let's see what that level is. It's about, yeah, it's about there. So 0036. So if this breaks down, absolutely come in at that level and start buying, because there's a good chance of a pretty big breakout in the stock itself. And if it happens, then you're going to get something like this, where it just goes crazy. See this right here? See this? See this move? Like that? Actually, I didn't do that right. Let me do that again. I don't like this tool. My brush tool. Oh, there it is. Okay, see that? I mean, that was what? Like 6x in one candle. It could happen again because it's happened again, right? So if you look at closely, look at this. We went to, 578% in one day. There's a lot of positive momentum with this meme coin. especially if we get supported here and then we get that run, just like that. All right. All right, that's it for me. I'm getting it over to Terry. He's got some awesome shitcoins. Oh, where's Terry? I guess Terry has left the building. And Silas, what did you do to Terry?
I don't know. Maybe he went to check out more shitcoins, and just got into this too much. Doesn't hear you. I don't even know. Terry loved
It's
it.
okay.
But for everyone who wants to follow it, you guys should definitely join our Discord and have 5 Dgenz boys or 2 radiated boys or even 1 radiated boys tier 2 to get access to all the channels, and then you will be able to see what Terry's trading all the time, what Chart is doing, and the most importantly, when to sell, because this is the days when everything goes up and so crazy and wonderful. And in our Discord, you can hear that people selling, sell too. It's time. If that comes, it's time. So you can definitely have the advice there. You can listen to opinions. You can ask for advice if you need for any coins. It's just incredible. So I hope that you are there. If you are not, please join. And yeah, I'm so excited.
Well, listen,
I think
Terry owes me one stream this week that he's going to run over and do a whole bunch of shitcoins for us. So if he hasn't done it today, guess what's going to happen tomorrow? I'm going to make sure he comes on the stream, on the daily stream, and does a whole bunch of shitcoins for us. So he's always full of crazy shitcoins. He's like a Pandora's box of shitcoins. It's like, where did you get this one? Oh, I just found it two hours ago. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how you do it. But he does it very well. And I'm really looking forward to his Pandora's box of shitcoins.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we covered a lot of things today. If you guys have any questions ever about anything we talk about, please send them our way, whether it's on our social media page, right? Or if it's, on my profile, right? If you guys want to do that on my profile, I'm here to answer all kinds of questions. If you're following our Dgenz NFT account like that, you can send a comment, tag us. We will reach out and let you know what's going on. At the end of the day, we're trying to win through this together. And, it's so important to have a community and to uplift each other in shit times and absolutely cheer ourselves on in good times. So that thing will happen. And I'm sure people are looking forward to it. I think that should conclude our stream for today, unless we have anybody else dipping. Seeing Stavis left already. On that note, I thank you all for joining us again this week. I really appreciate you guys just hanging out with us every single day, at least for me. I'm always looking forward to you guys hanging out with me. Oh, there's Stylus. And hopefully we see each other again next week or tomorrow for our daily stream. Thank you all again for an awesome week, and see you guys next week.
Thanks, Chart.
Dgenz Crypto Weekly. Let's go. Dgenz Crypto Weekly. Let's go. Dreaming of Crypto Weekly. Ooh. Needing those gains so quickly. Yeah. Let's break through the chains as we're so feeling strange. Dreaming of Crypto Weekly. Ooh, yeah. Crypto Weekly, here we come. Making dollars on the run. Speaking freely, also dearly, quite clearly. Our shit coins are getting spun. Dreaming of Crypto Weekly. Ooh. Needing those gains so quickly. Yeah. Let's break through the chains as we're so feeling strange. Dreaming of Crypto Weekly. Oh yeah. Let's get it right. We got it solid on the dot. smiles, making everyone smile. Terry's got the magic touch, showing shit cause that are much to be desired and loved. Like teddy bears and hugs, we collect them all, no dumping. Anyone tell me when they're pumping. Do what you want, oh yeah. Do what you want.